This photograph was taken in the 1970s. The young man in it was 21 years old. At that time, while his mates were in Nnewi, still trying to figure out local trade, he had already boarded a plane to Taiwan with no guidance, zero connections, and no roadmap. And what he brought back from that trip opened up an entire economy. His name is Romy Ezionwunka, also known as Ogirishi Igbo, born in Oba, Anambra State in 1955. In 1976, when he was 21 years old, he flew to Taiwan when the world was still divided by the Cold War. Don't forget, nobody from his community had done this before. There was no blueprint and no senior trader to learn from. He studied the motorcycle parts being manufactured for the Japanese markets. He got to understand the product. He negotiated with suppliers and he figured out how to replicate and import them into Nigeria. Then he brought the parts back home to Nnewi. And in Nnewi, already the Japan of Africa in spirit, became the Japan of Africa in practice. The spare parts market that Nnewi is now famous for across the continent traces its foundation back to one 21-year-old who got on a plane when no one else would. But the Taiwan trip was just the beginning of firsts for this man. He was the first person to bring fiberglass technology to Nigeria. He was the first person to manufacture bamboo toothpicks in Nigeria. He was the first to build the largest private stadium in Nigeria, Rogeni Stadium in Oba, which hosted continental football matches, drawing teams from Algeria, Egypt, Ivory Coast, and Mali. He built Rogeni Tourist Village. Guys, I just dropped something for every creator who is stuck between 0 to 10,000 followers. It's called the Nano Creator Handbook and it contains everything I learned on my own journey to 10,000 followers. The problems, the mistakes, the things that actually worked, and the things that never worked, all in one guide. You can get it right now on Seller. The link is in my bio. And if you want something more personal, I'm also taking clarity calls at the moment. Just me and you, looking at your own journey together and finding out what specifically works for you. It's also available on Seller. The link is in my bio. You can get it right now. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the story. One of the largest tourism complexes in the country. He also acquired vast farmlands in Ayemelum and brought in commercial agricultural partners. Every one of this was a first in Nigeria, from a man born in Oba, Anambra State. And then there's this story that most people don't know about him. Nigeria's Golden Eaglets, the under 17 national team, lived at Rogeni Tourist Village in Oba for 2 years before the FIFA Under 17 World Cup in Japan. Romy Ezionwuka housed them, he fed them, and gave them scholarships to study at Merchant of Light Secondary School so they could get an education while they were training. The team that lived on his compound and trained on his facilities included Celestine Babayaro, Wilson Oruma, and last but not the least, Kanu Nwankwo, who captained them to Nigeria's historic Under 17 World Cup win in Japan 1993. It all started with the 21-year-old who flew to Taiwan alone, who brought motorcycle parts to Nnewi, who built the first private stadium in Nigeria, who housed the team that made Nigeria world champions. Nigeria has so many stories like this. Men who built things that changed everything, and nobody outside their community has ever heard of them. Follow for more Nigerian stories the world forgot to tell.